Previously on Ride Smart.
Hi, I'm Craig Cameron, and on this edition of Ride Smart, got a special treat for you. Ty Murray, 9-time world champion cowboy, 7-time all-around. Hey, he and I are gonna take 2 colts, never been handled, never been worked. We're gonna take them all the way through. You're gonna get to watch 5 days in a row, and then the last day, we're gonna take them through the challenge trails here on the Double Horn Ranch. And that's all coming up next on Ride Smart.
And now back to Ride Smart with Craig Cameron.
Day 3, we're here at the ranch and it looks like the wind has settled down. It's Ty's up in the round pen fixing to go to work. Let's see what he's got going. Ty, what do you think?
Well, I think this morning I'll try to just go right to the saddle. I think he has been pretty good about it so far. We'll see. We'll see how he does today.
Just going straight to the saddle, huh?
He felt right where he was when we left off yesterday, and
I noticed the dogs were chasing him around a little bit this morning. I always think that's kind of good for him, you know, get
kind of warm them up.
Yeah, and warms them up and just get them used to seeing stuff moving around on the ground. You know, it's not something I necessarily want to avoid with my horses, and I think it's kind of good for them. Plus, yeah, it kind of moved that old pony around a little bit. And
well, that, and also you just can't control your dog, so you just decided you'd call that good.
No, yeah, I got control over those darn dogs, and I figured your horse might need to see a couple of those. So.
He actually sees plenty of it at the ranch. We got some sorry dogs too.
All right, well, man, he's standing like a statue right now. He looks really good.
Yeah, I'm real pleased with that. How he just stands there nice, and you know, I'll saddle him the first. I usually like to work with a horse a good 3, 4, 5 days before I ever start tying him up. You know, I want to teach him about softness and giving the pressure before I ever tie him to anything. To me, that's the best way to get one to not want to pull back and panic and all that is when they learn. Sometimes I think people might go to tying horses up a little too soon, and that's where you'll see them get in that panic zone when they feel like they're tied to something. But if a guy can work with them enough that they kind of get used to giving and seeing what that does, and see that they, when they do pull back, that they're pulling on themselves, you know. Seems like it makes it a little easier down the road. See if I can set this trot a little bit and kind of drive him forward. You gotta go. When I say go, you can see all that is frustration there. But he'll learn that he can just travel ahead and I'll get soft.
Yeah, I think when you touch him right then, just like I said, just going against pressure, and he needs to learn to give to that pressure.
Oh, that was nice. I really like that. I really wanted to feel like I got to always push my horse ahead. I hate a horse that's always wanting to move, you know, that's always wanting to speed up on me, and I feel like I'm always having to try to slow him down. I can speed one up pretty easy, and I like it where as soon as my energy comes down, he comes right down with me. Get some, there we go.
Boy, that looks good.
I'm gonna try not to make it about the barrels or the tarp, but I'm just gonna try to give him a reason to say no, just like as if I was on the, if I was on the ground, and see if I can talk him into it. See if we can back him right here. And what I like about this is it gives you a lot of opportunities to start working parts.
Talking about hindquarters, shoulder, head, neck. Put them individually.
Moving him around, positioning him up, blocking doors that he tries to go through. See, like right there, how he really wants to step to the left. I'm gonna go over here and try this tarp first.
Got a little dab of a breeze moving that thing too.
Kind of take my time right here at first. I don't want to push anything down his throat. I just want to suggest to him that we cross this. That'd suit me. I could go get anything done.
Real good.
Craig, do me a favor right here and come down and stand kind of right there. Help me just a minute. Oh, we're going. Got to put some pressure on him. He knows what we're trying to do here, and he's gonna check all his other avenues. That's fine. I just got to keep softening every time he makes a little progress towards this. You can see him trying to act like it's not there. I'll use the right leg here. Every time he tries to step towards Craig, use a little, help him with the right leg there. See if I can.
Man, that was slow and pretty there.
I'll see people that'll jerk on their horse for nickering, or jerk on their horse for trying to graze, or jerk on their horse because he's excited, and then they're also jerking on him to stop him, and pulling on him to stand, and pulling on him to turn, and that just turns in. And then they got to buy a bigger bit, and then they get them numb to that, so then they got to buy another bigger bit. I find when I ride my horses correctly, they'll be softer in this halter than any bit I can find. It's just a matter of doing it right. You're not going to find a magic bit that makes your horse great and makes him soft and makes him supple and makes him smart and makes him carry his head in the correct position. I just don't believe that it's out there. Keep him going. Right leg here. This is his harder side, but he's getting better. There we go. Real nice, little forward movement. Right leg here, turning before that tarp. Before that tarp. See, I got to stick to my plan. Otherwise, he'll know that he's already driving the show. So if I make up in my mind that I'm going to go to the left of the inside of that tarp, then I got to stick with it. This time I'm going to go over the tarp, and I got to stick with that plan. Oh, oh, oh. That stop felt good right there.
That was real good.
That's the first stop that felt good. And it was just real slow stop, but I could tell that time that he really added up what that meant. That suited me pretty good. I'd like to back him up a little here. This will give me a chance to work on backing, which is something that we don't have real solid yet. So I'll help him with that. See him giving? I like that, but I'm saying back up, bringing up the energy in my seat and softening to that. Not going to be critical yet. There we go. Now we'll pull this log over, and it's going to kind of bang the ground, but that's okay. I'm going to be roping a lot of stuff that moves out there in front of us. I couldn't have been no happier about that. Now let's see if I can back him up, pull that log backwards. There we go.
Tack tip for today, curb strap. Hey, an essential piece of equipment for every horseman. On the snaffle bit, look where this goes, below the reins, and what does it do? It keeps you from pulling that snaffle bit all the way through his mouth, and that's why you use a strap and not a chain, because the chain could injure the horse's mouth. The strap that I recommend and that I sell has double buckles where I can adjust it where I want. It's made out of a high quality harness leather, and it's stitched to give you a lot of good life. Remember, on a shank bit, when you move out of the snaffle bit, doesn't mean that you have to immediately go to a curb chain. Matter of fact, I recommend sticking with that curb strap in the beginning as you introduce that shank bit, because this is more forgiving and can be just as efficient if you're good with your hands. Curb strap, an essential piece of equipment for all horses and horsemen.
And now back to Ride Smart with Craig Cameron.
Well, I've got little Lux in the pen. Ty's got his day 3 behind him. Boy, what a super job. So let's go to work here on our little stallion and see where he's going to be today. And I'm going to start right back at the beginning and just kind of move him around. As you can see, I've got a few obstacles, which I've introduced some to him, and I'll just see where he's at this morning. And again, since he's been a little more explosive, I'm going to warm him up a little bit before I go right to my saddle, but I'm just offering him a chance to be okay. And if this flag troubles him, you know, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I want to just get to where I can send him forward without the fear. And, you know, we're always looking to make what I call that brave horse as much as I can. And so I'm just going to guide this horse in a really simple way and just offer it up to him where it makes it easy for him to go forward. As long as he's going forward, you don't see me just getting wild with my flag or bringing it up and unnecessarily, because then pretty soon they get numb to it. I mean, we don't want them afraid of it, but at the same time, we don't want them so where they don't respect when I'm trying to get the forward movement. So this time I'll bring him back with a little touch here and guide him toward the barrel, just to see. And man, what a perfect stopping spot for me. In other words, I got the gate right there, and this offers him the opportunity to just stand there. I always figure anytime they're standing there, that's when they're going to get more use to that barrel. In other words, not get afraid of it. Same as if I was trailer loading. So I'd like to take his head away and drive his body forward. So I want to bring him right back this time and let him figure out that he can actually pick his feet up and step over that thing just like so. And you know, the whole idea is to not make a big deal out of it and allow these horses to just get good. So I want to drive the shoulder away from me just a little bit so I can position up and allow this horse to just make the trip. And see, I love a horse that does that. He has a curiosity of what's going on. And a lot of people complain about a horse that opens the gates and he's always into things. To me, that's always a sign of a horse with a really good mind. So the more he does this, really, I mean, why would I stop that? I mean, he's showing that he's not afraid of it. So really, crossing the tarp's probably going to be fairly simple for this horse. I've seen horses pick it up with their teeth and really panic and run from it. I mean, you know, they're doing a lot of those things to themselves, but look at this horse. I mean, that's interesting. You know, shows a strong curiosity and a big lack of fear. I mean, what more could you ask from your horse? A sign of a really nice-minded horse. All right, and so you see I didn't correct him. A lot of times people's horse, like a colt, sometimes he'll get so relaxed and he'll want to lay down, maybe even with that saddle. You know, it's not something I stop, because he's going to lay down by himself, then it shows that he's really relaxed. In other words, he's getting off his feet, which is his main defense program. So now I'm going to ask the horse to move away here and just drive around the pen. And just see if I can direct him a little bit. And I'll just bring him just real soft to the tarp here. I'll just ease around here, wait on my horse, wait on my horse, wait on the horse, wait on the horse, the shoulder, there, just like so. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to block that because I want to control the direction that he's traveling. Move that shoulder, good. and just drive him forward here. I'm just gonna have to position up to get him over there where, here's that stopping spot. Here, good, it's getting better. I'm using my flag to help position and move my horse forward here. Good. I'm in a pretty good spot this time. And I make it right on through with a willing and a want to attitude. Taking my time, walking my horse, and try to get everything, you know, my checklist in order. Just like a pilot getting on a plane, you know, you get on those airplanes and that's what you see those guys doing. And I don't think I'd like it too much if he said, well, I think the plane's okay, Dad, we'll just go ahead and. And I know you fly that little parachute plane of yours quite a bit, don't you? Do you check things out before you take that thing up?
You bet, every time.
Every time.
Especially since I run it out of oil, I got a lot better about it.
Ran it out of oil one time?
Yeah.
What happened then?
Well, you don't really crash, you just kind of have a premature landing.
Well, that doesn't sound good. You know, I want to try to avoid any kind of wreck today as much as I can too. So, not saying I wouldn't have to make a bronc ride, but I'm gonna do my best to try to avoid it. All right, I went ahead and just took it off of my horse, and I'm gonna go right back to my little flag and do it just like I did before, not a lick different. Now that's pretty interesting. He almost acts like he likes that tarp, which is great as far as I'm concerned. And now he's feeling the saddle. Now he checks the saddle out, see? Good. Whoa. I don't want him on top of me.
I don't want him on top of me
And I don't want him on top of him either. So I like the way Ty's just petting the horse. There. Let him wear that saddle a little bit. Whoa. I'm gonna let him just kind of settle down. I don't want him on top of me. Let him settle just a little bit. And that isn't all that bad, you know, considering exactly what he is and what little he's been handled. You know, that doesn't surprise me, not one little bit. But now I'm going to begin to direct this horse. Let him get used to that saddle. And if I could just move him forward here and give him what? Some place to go and give him something to do. So you can look at his expression, his demeanor, his body position, and tell he's still wadded up. In other words, he's not relaxed by any means yet, but let's help him to try and find that relaxation point. And so we just send him forward, there he goes. Send him forward, there he goes. Take him right over here again, right over here, drive him forward, and I like it. Now this is the first time he's moved forward without some help, and I don't want to get in a rush or a hurry, so I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it, but I want him to keep moving forward right now. And I like it that he's a little sensitive back there because it's gonna make it easier for me to send my horse where it is I want him to go. So I'm not worried about the obstacles now. I want to just drive forward. And maybe I'll take him to the right so he shows that I'm in control. I'm beginning to use my legs as much as my hands. And I want to be real soft as I lay that outside rein on his neck as that support rein, which someday down the trail he'll learn to move off of, and which that's also going to give me a lot of straightness in my horse, is the off rein. See, I love that. He lets out a little air at this point, and I just want to encourage him to be good. Again, left rein, right leg. I'm pushing forward here, just like so. Now, I'm going to let him stop just one time, whoa, and let him find that he can stop. And watch me just open and close my fingers instead of pulling on those hands. And I really want to get my hands way down. And remember, he had a tendency to be a little headsy. When he does that, I'm just going to take one rein here and try to soften this horse. See, and these little studs, one thing about them, they can get a little aggravated and get a little mad. And don't look at the ground when he starts doing that. And you'll get dizzy. So I'm going to wait on my horse to find the feel. Whoa, tell him, whoa, 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 whoa. A little outside rein for support now. Whoa, there it is. Boom, that's just right. Good. And I might get tired. That's a real good deal. Get him to help me out here. And you know what I might get him to do? Yeah, that's a good idea. Wait on him. See, he get kind of mad at me now. Here. That's a good idea, making me a little pathway through here. That worked good. Thank you. Head over to this one. Man, that worked really nice there. That was a big help. Good, and I'm gonna drive him forward now and get him where he's not mad. Real nice. I'm gonna change directions here. I'll make a right turn, make a left turn. Good. Driving forward. Craig Cameron Horsemanship Clinics at the Double Horn Ranch are designed to fit each rider's individual needs. 5 different round pens, corrals, arenas, and the original extreme cowboy race course make great horses and riders.
I learned more in 3 days than I have the first 35 years I rode a horse.
It was like having a private lesson. Even though it was a group, it was like having a private lesson.
Yeah, you'll wear out the Wrangler in your jeans, I tell you.
Advance your horsemanship and come ride like a champion with me at the Double Horn Ranch.